What's good, y'all? This is J.I. and y'all watching On the Come Up on HotNewHipHop. Tune in. J.I. is a musician. I feel like J.I. is an artist who could pretty much step into any category of music, genre of music. I haven't done rock or like country yet, but at this point, I feel like I could really do anything because I've done so much different. Like I've made so much like different varieties of music. I've done reggae, dancehall, reggaeton. So it's like I've done trap, I've done like R&B. I could do different shit. So I look at myself as a musician. To be honest, the dope thing about Brooklyn is like there's so many different areas. So when you tell somebody you're from Brooklyn, you could really be from anywhere. You could be from an area that has just straight Hasidic Jews. You could be from an area that's gentrified and they got a little bit of everything. I'm from Crown Heights, Franklin Ave, Park Place to be specific, by the shuttle train. So, around the time I grew up in that neighborhood, and even still to this day, people were getting killed. But it's like, you know how they try to gentrify shit and they try to clean it up a little bit and throw the shit under the carpet. But it was hectic, you feel me? Because growing up in general in New York, it's like you gotta know what you're doing. Like everybody got some type of purpose, whether or not you selling drugs, you going to school, you playing sports, you got money. It's one of the like you gotta be doing something. No matter what age. I was young, I was selling books and CDs just to eat. Like it got to the point where I was selling shit in my crib just so I could eat. Like I always had that hustle mentality, you feel me? So I could say what it was like growing up for me in Brooklyn could be different for somebody else, and we lived down the block from each other, just based off of the mindset and what you allowed yourself to do at a certain age, you feel me? But I was just always hustling. I had that hustle mentality. So to look at where I'm at now is pretty dope. To be honest, it's funny because I never had a job. Like I had a conversation with my manager. Like I was blessed to never have the opportunity to like work you feel me, like a job. So I had different hustles. It would be from that. We did some shit where we would get this paper, like we was on a basketball team. We wasn't on a basketball team, but we would do it. I ain't trying to air myself out. A bunch of niggas did it too. But we have a basketball like permission slip, like, yo, we went to the championships and we don't have enough money for uniforms or you feel me, like equipment. So it'd be like, can y'all donate? Yo, my nigga, with that money, I split it with my guys and we eat because we was hungry. So we would do different things. It would be that, like, there's other shit that people do, but it's like, I can't get really in depth with that. But yo, everybody got their own hustle, you know, from whatever you do, just make money. Like, that's the graceful thing about it. And it don't matter what age you are. Like, that's the thing about New York. I feel like the children mature quick as shit. I feel like the children are maturing quicker in general in this generation, but in New York, it's like in a quick, aggressive way. It's a different way because it's like, I can't explain it. Like the hustle is just different, you know? It's funny because, I was a big Mobb Deep fan, and it's crazy because it's really crazy because my manager managed them. Like he was running with them. He was running with like a lot of people that I grew up listening to, like Akon. I grew up listening to, he's not from Brooklyn, but I grew up listening to Akon. So just to see that my manager really managed all these legendary people was crazy. But Mobb Deep, and even not just Brooklyn, because it's funny, I wasn't really a huge Jay-Z fan growing up, believe it or not. Like I never really understood it, like the wordplay, everything was too like complex for me until I really picked up the pen, and then I started making my own music, and I really learned to like appreciate his work and just the classic amount of body of works he put out. But Fabulous, I'm a big Fabulous fan. For Fabulous and Jadakiss, I'm fans of them because when they get on a track, it's like you expect them to say something, you feel me? Like, you know how you listen to an artist for a certain reason? Like, let's say you listen to Drake, so you expect to hear that bag talk, that damn, he in his bag, it's 3 a.m., I might just call this bitch, that type of talk. And then you got Jadakiss and Fabulous, they got the real bar for bar, just straight. Come on, why are you calling me? I apologize. They got the straight bar for bar rap, so it's like, it's really official. But I grew up just listening to New York artists. I'm a big Pun fan. I was a big Nas fan. I'm a big Wu-Tang fan. I'm a big Dipset fan. So it's like, I'm just a fan of New York music in general. 50 Cent, G-Unit, everything. Like, I can't explain it. I had a big craving for New York music. You feel me? I could get in depth with the female artists too, Foxy, Eve. Like there's mad at them. Like I love New York hip hop. You know, it would probably have to be because the first like one of the first hip hop albums I remember personally purchasing would have to be Big Pun's album Capital Punishment. I believe that was the name, Capital Punishment. And then I had bought, I'm not sure if it was the LP Mathers by Eminem or if it was damn, which album was it? It was actually one of his recent albums that had dropped that year. This was back like in 2012. Dang, I forgot the name of that project. And then I had bought Good Kid, Mad City with Kendrick Lamar. When I first started writing, I just felt like it was mandatory to dig back into the roots. You know, like if you pick up basketball, you got to learn about Kareem. You got to learn about Bill Russell. You got to learn about Will Chamberlain. You got to learn about all these players that came before LeBron and Kobe and MJ. You got to learn about it. It's only right. So I had to learn about, you feel me, all these artists that came out before, like the artists we listen to now. I had to learn about the LL Cool J's, the Rakims, you feel me, all these artists that contributed to the roots of hip hop. You understand me? All these artists that kind of changed lanes and opened up the doors for other artists like myself. So I felt like it was mandatory to dig deep into the roots and really know what I was getting myself into. So that's where the Capital Punishment album came from. That's where me listening to Tupac every day came from, you know? So it's like, I just felt like it was always mandatory to dig back in the roots. It's a whole formula to it. And I was iffy about the whole TikTok thing until I saw everybody and they fucking mother blowing up off of it and they getting huge and shit. And, you know, like, that's the thing, like, majority of my music, like, it didn't blow up off of TikTok. The only record I could really say that's really blowing up right now and going crazy is Blame On Me and Hood Scars. Blame On Me is going ridiculous. It did double, it did double. Like, it hit 17 or 15 million. I want to maybe 18 million in a year. It took a total year. So in that total year, it made a year, I want to say either August that just passed or July that just passed, this July. So from this July up until fucking November, we went from 19 to 30 million already. This shit is at 30 million just off of TikTok. So it's probably gonna hit 40 or 50 M's by next. It's just crazy thinking about it, cause TikTok really is responsible for a lot of people's careers, and then it's like TikTok is really important. There's a whole fucking formula, and if you like know how to utilize it and just work with it and maneuver with it, you're gonna be good. Like that ass, you're gonna be good. So that's my main thing, like getting on that TikTok lane and putting my pride aside and doing challenges, doing trends, and then creating my own trends too, just so it could benefit my music. But the Blame On Me shit, that was organic. Like that's just people feeling the record. They feel like, yo, this kid talked his talk. I relate to this record, and now everybody's going crazy on TikTok. It's dope. It's dope to see shit like that. I saw what it was doing, like back maybe 2 years ago before 6ix9ine snitched. He would run with it. And then you would have like other artists running with it, like, nah, I'm the king, I'm the king, I'm the king. So to me, like somebody just standing back and watching, it just, to me, it looked like a bunch of, like, and I know it was fun, it's a fun sport. Like, I don't know if they took this shit serious, but if to me, it looked like they didn't take it serious and they was just chatting. But fast forward a year later, you have Pop, and then you have all these other artists that claim to be the king of New York. It just like, it feels like the throne is constantly being swapped between people, like different, I feel like different people sit on the throne. It's not like a consistent person on the throne, you feel me? That's why when it comes to like the whole king shit, I don't care. Like if you listen to my new project, you're gonna hear like I say certain things about it. I said something about it on this remix I did. But I view myself like a god, you feel me? I don't view myself like a king. I view myself highly. I feel like the Prince of New York, that kind of limited myself from being who I truly am. That's why I want to drop it. That whole royalty thing is dope. Like I'm not gonna bash niggas for doing it. If you view yourself highly, you should. But I don't care for that. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Yeah, for sure in the future, definitely. Cause if my future's as bright as I think it'll be, I'll definitely have collabs with them. But who knows? One day fuck it. We're gonna see. Let's see where this goes. Need Me, just to see how and it's crazy because yo, this has only been a year. Like it's literally only been a year. And so much has happened. Like my name has grown. I've grown as an individual. So and it feels longer than a year with everything I've been doing because I've just been working and working and working. So the time definitely caught up to me. But Need Me definitely changed my life and opened a door for me for a lot of different things. But with records like Hood Scars, that solidified my name and me as an artist because it showed like this kid can make music. Like he's not a one hit wonder. To people, they think I am because you see Need Me got almost 100 million. But then you look at records like Blame on Me, like year later at 30 million, gonna go to. So it's like I got a bunch of big records. I feel like that was the main thing, just showing people I'm an artist. I don't just make one record and that's it. I make records, you understand me? Like I'm obsessed with this shit. Like music is, I don't know how these other rap niggas view music. I don't know if they having fun with it, but this isn't, I don't, like I'm having fun, but this is my wife. Like besides my real wife, this is my wife. Like is I can't explain it. I'm obsessed with music. Like it doesn't. You know how Kobe is. You know how you hear those weird stories about Kobe. He be in a gym, the lights be off, and he just be shooting free throws. Same shit with MJ. You hear those myths and stories. Same thing with me. Like, bro, when I tell you, like, I'm obsessed with music, I'm obsessed with it. So, just if I plan on getting to where I want to be, couple years from now, you could look back on this interview and be like, yo, this nigga, like, I remember having this conversation with him, and just to see where he at now, like, it's crazy. Like, that's why I feel like certain people come and go, but the people that really have that, like, that work ethic and that drive, they stay forever, you feel me? Their work stays forever, because we're not permanent, but you know what I mean? Like, I definitely take this serious. That JR talking his shit, man, yeah, y'all don't hear a lot. Like, what I want y'all, because I want y'all to be surprised, and I want y'all to be like, okay, like, I hear growth. After you hear this project, go back to the last project, volume 2. Go back to volume 1. Listen to those classic records. Those are classic records to me, just for my career so far. Those are classic records because those records changed my life. Like, go back to the first tape. If before you listen to the third tape, if you gotta listen to the first one and the second one, do that, and then put on the third one, and you're gonna hear growth. Like, okay, this kid's growing. Like, from the melodies, from the lyrics, the punchlines, the way the beats come in. Like, I tried to really show a lot of just growth and a lot of elements of surprise on this tape. So I'm excited. You feel me? I'm very excited. Yeah, that's the first single of the project. I like that record a lot. It got like a commercial vibe to it. It kind of gives you a glimpse of that little HLK feel. Like, it definitely does. I hear it. That's why I wanted to release it first. But now the record's going crazy. And I feel like this tape is dope because each record is different, like, in its own way. I don't feel like maybe they may be. I don't think we have records that sound like each other. Like, you can't say. I don't think so. That's why I tried to, like, separate the records, because I was sitting on a whole bunch of concepts. Like, I had this other record that I was fiending to throw on the tape, but it sounded a little bit like Letter to You, and at the same time I wouldn't have been mad at it because it would have had, like, its own sound. But I'm saving that for the deluxe. Like, I'm sitting on mad shit, so, like, I was trying to just be very specific with what I included on this project and what I excluded from the project, you know? Well, when I gave them an album, I haven't even dropped the album yet, you feel me? Now, they would have every fucking right to be mad if I'm giving them albums and the albums got, like, 7 records on them. These are EPs, you know? I'm just building up my name, and I hope they're patient, because, like I said, I don't think I'm giving whack-ass records. I ain't dropping. Every time I drop, Like, and when I drop, I drop. Like, it's not like, damn, this nigga's falling off. If they feel like I'm falling off, oh shit, I apologize. Listen to somebody else. But y'all gonna hear this new tape and be like, oh shit. But when it's time to drop the album, I'm gonna become an album artist. I feel like right now, I'm just trying to build my name up more. I got I'm platinum without an album. Not too many people can say that. Like, we did that shit just off the strength of the streets. Like, we're doing a lot without an album, so I'm really happy where I'm at. You feel me? If I gotta wait a little bit more, I'm gonna wait. But I think after this project is album mode from here. No more projects. I might come with I might do the deluxe then the album, but I'm gonna see. I might just go straight to album mode from here. I just wanted to step it up and do something different. I felt like the record, Excuse My Pain, is like a gangster type of record. Like, I'm an evil, I deserve to die in pain. Like, I'm saying very like harsh things that not not just anybody says, you feel me? So I feel like this record speaks for like a specific audience of people who know what pain is. Please excuse me for my pain. Like that's exactly what the name of the record is. So I'm excited because this is like, it brings out like an act inside of J.I. Like you fuck with the video, you like it from what you saw. I think the fans gonna fuck with it crazy. Like I'm excited. More tours, please. I definitely touring, more music, bigger name, and just a happier energy. I want to be happier. Like that's the main focus, being happy. You could be the biggest artist in the world and be unhappy as fuck. So making sure I'm happy within myself and my soul, making sure my energy is right. That's really what I want. And then just more success, you know, more fans, more people that relate to J.I., a bigger number of people that relate to J.I. That's all it is. I gotta work hard. That's it. Definitely working hard too. 2021, the work ethic gonna be different.